governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party advised the governing All Progressives Congress under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to throw in the towel if they have no solution to the economic hardship in the country. The PDP Governors Forum specifically noted that the hardship and suffering being faced by Nigerians has no tribal, religious, or party coloration, stressing that a hungry man is an angry man. Well, in the meantime, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, st0le WIKE, while speaking about his readiness for the 2027 elections during a Thanksgiving service in Rivers State on Sunday, canvassed support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reform policies, saying that it won't be easy to turn the fortunes of the nation around in a short time frame. The minister, who is also said to be a member of the People's Democratic Party, also stated that with the alliances his political camp has formed, the 2027 elections will be a walk in the park.
Decisions of Mr. President is what, if we are patient, at the end of the day, we will get to where we want to get to. It cannot be easy that way. That you wanted to bring a policy that something that has spoiled for years, within 6 months, you have changed it. Even if it is a miracle, it is difficult. It is difficult. What we require is give him support. I believe in the Renew Hope agenda. I seriously believe in the Renew Hope agenda. And we're going to do anything to continue to support Mr. President. I can tell you, with the forces we have, I don't know of anybody who will challenge us. I don't know of anybody who will challenge us. I can tell you, it's like tomorrow is 2027. It's like tomorrow is 2027. So all these people will come and will just rest. For me, it's still very far. I can't wait. The two leadership of the party, APC is here, PDP is where can you find that unity? Which state? It's only in Rivers where I can find that unity.
All right, let me take a reaction to his reference about, the elections that may happen in Rivers State in 2027. Well, this person wrote, who is WIKE referring to as us? Does it mean PDAPC, PDP, or APC? Though not surprised, it is evident that when WIKE claimed he was fighting for the interests of Rivers people, he lied. It was always his interest. He used the people of Rivers to elevate himself. Well, a lot of people have also said that, is this idea of politicians going into our sanctuary, our religious places like, the church or mosque, to make such, statements. People should refrain from talking about these types of things in, in a religious center. I don't know what your thoughts are on that as well. Let me ask you before I take this one.
That's in a religious center.
Yes.
There's always been that argument around should the church be separate from the state?
Yes.
Should you mix religion and politics? And the truth is that where we are today as a nation, there's a level of political awareness, I would say, to have in the church and in any religious institution, to be fair. However, in terms of campaigning and making promises, let people fear God.
Yes.
In fact, more than ever, you should be more, looking at speaking facts and the truth, especially if you're also a member of the government, of the day. It's important to keep the pulpit or the platform is supposed to be neutral. Everyone is supposed to be welcome, and if anything is being said, it ought to be truth, it ought to be fact. Now, in terms of, it's like saying that they will win, everybody, are you a winner? Everybody says that they're winners.
Hope.
When they call, hope is there. But I think it's important when religious leaders give their platforms to gentlemen or ladies who come there, it's important to ensure that what is being said is truth, is fact, and it doesn't, it's not inflammatory, and it's just sticking to the fact and not in any way campaigning.
Absolutely, I like that. In that space, he also talked about the fact that he believes in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, and which is, what a lot of the APC, party members are saying at this point. Over the weekend, I had a guest on the show who was very adamant that it's not, the President TINUBU's administration that, caused the hardship that, Nigerians are facing at this time. But it is important.
That's a lie. It's President TINUBU's administration that caused the hardship.
Well, that's what the people, his camp, the TINUBU support group will continue to say that. But, well, in the meantime, an old video showing the late MKO Abiola advocating for transparency in governance during the 1993 presidential election has surfaced online. The late politician, who is regarded as a symbol of democracy in the video, said that he would demystify the sale of crude oil if he became president and rely on Nigerians and not the IMF or any foreign entity to keep Nigeria running.
See, there are so many layers upon layers built on this simple thing, crude oil. I don't even know whether it's oil or some mystery around it that is taking the money from the central bank. You see, I think we would demystify all these things. In my government, the daily export of crude will be published and the price at which it is sold. You see, the issue of planned implementation is simple. You see, public things are not private. We have National Assembly now. They will do their job. They review the expenditure of government and will hold public hearing. We will no longer be hearing of monetary circulars from central bank without the bankers being told. The bankers will have to be involved. You see, like I said, every effort has been made in the past to shave people's head in their absence. It must stop. I mean, it won't be allowed. I mean, the cumulative wisdom of all the bankers would have seen us out of the problem we have in this country today. But some people, they come from IMF or they come from World Bank. What do they know about Nigeria? You see, the most brilliant doctor in Norway might not have seen malaria in his life. So bringing him here and imposing him as a medical director is like sending everybody to the grave. You see, I think all that nonsense will stop. I rely on Nigerians to keep Nigeria running efficiently. And that's what it is. You see, there will be a few foreigners who will be recommended by our people, not those who will be imposed by some foreign authorities over us. We are an independent republic under God. Or aren't we?
Late MKO Abiola. May his soul continue to rest in peace. I mean, Rufai, you were trying to talk about the fact that it is the current administration that has, caused the hardship in the nation. But you heard the late MKO Abiola there, reiterating the same point that we have made on this program. I know that you have been an advocate for that. The last time I brought a story like this, Dr. Abati, was Buhari saying that he wasn't going to listen to the IMF. And you were saying, are we so desperate now that we have to dig up old videos so that we can, reshape our economy at this time? But yes, this is what we need right now. We need to continue to speak the truth, Rufai.
Bashir Abiola, Babaniye, words are evergreen.
Yeah.
30 years, exactly this problem. For the liars that are coming around to lie, President TINUBU himself has confirmed that he was the one that set this dynamo in place. He said, quote me, that his advisors advised him not to remove subsidy. I mean, not be so. But he felt he was bold. This same subsidy he has gone back to paying. The same IMF they used to call to pay them out. IMF that tells them you are paying subsidy again. And the money has now increased. So anybody that comes here to lie and says it's not President Tinubu that caused the problem, it's a lie. There are facts. I deal with facts. I don't deal with sentiment and shout. Also, the attempts to be able to float the currency without having the fundamentals to defend the currency, plunge the currency where it is today. Didn't we advise that even if you are going to manage a float, borrow to have fundamentals to buffer? MK Abiola said the truth. The same scam has been going on in NNPC since was set up in the 70s. That we don't even know how much production goes on. The same NNPC came out to lie to Nigerians that are not paying subsidy again, but everybody's found them out. Didn't Rotus and I was saying this thing here 4 months ago that they started paying subsidy again? Is it not the same IMF that they call that? And this over attempt to run to IMF every time. We did it during Babangida's time. Where did he lead us? Look at the problems we created then. We created problems for ourselves because we squandered our riches. This was the same country. Yakubu Gowon said the problem is not money, but how to spend it in the 70s.
Absolutely.
This was the same country we gave Udoji Award, wage award, after the Jerome Udoji committee that caused a lot of inflation in the 70s, and we first blamed the Ghanaians for our problem, not knowing that corruption was part of it. This was the same country of the cement armada. This was the same country of the corruption that heralded First Fact 77. So we did all of that. This was the same country that we had ministers feed fats in the Shagari regime, and they were giving 3 portions of land in VI and everything here. But we all know how all of that led us. It didn't lead us anywhere. This was the same country of essential commodity. So when we squander our riches, we have problem. As when MK Abiola was talking 30 years ago, dollar was not 1,000 no, to the naira. It was still less than 100 or less than 50. It was when Abacha came in, we had the official rate of 22, but the unofficial rate was 80 naira. So what MK Abiola was saying that Nigerians can run this country. And when you need help, speak it out that you need help. President TINUBU has not been able to put a concrete policy direction as we speak since he got to government. All his policies have been pabocious. Pabolojasi. Look at the student loan issue. Look at the humanitarian meeting. Today, we don't even know what's happening with better. Humanitarian means nobody's running it as we speak. They've not replaced anything. Everything is suspended. We've not seen a proper forensic audit. EFCC is still playing palongo. After EFCC will be telling us that his investigators are collecting bribe. So we're going to solve the problem with you.
All right.
Look at the food policy, the grain reserve that we are pushing. Go and read Raziri Adio's article yesterday. How we broke it down. So no sense.
Right.
And we are deceiving ourselves.
Dr. Abati, your take.
Okay, where should I start from? Maybe I should start with WIKE speaking at a Thanksgiving service at TINUBU local government area in River State over the weekend. And he is saying that it will be a walk in the park for them in 2027, and that his political camp, nobody can stop his political camp. And I think the person who responded was on point to say, which is the political camp exactly? Is it the G5, or is it the PDP, or is it the APC that he belongs to? Now, clearly, he was campaigning at that forum. A senator was having a Thanksgiving service for President TINUBU, and he was talking about unity, that PDP and APC together in the same event, and that they will work together in 2027. Now, I think this is why calls have been made to the PDP leadership that, look, you have many members of your party who are openly doing anti-party activities. Is it that there is no discipline in the party's constitution? Why is it that the PDP is afraid of calling to order and disciplining the likes of WIKE, who says he's still a member of the party, but in the last election, he openly campaigned for the APC at the federal level. He openly said the PDP would lose the election, and the PDP did so. And yet, the man is saying he will remain in PDP in an amphibious manner.
Absolutely.
Neither toad nor frog in terms of politics. And I think it's presumptuous for anybody in 2024 to already be predicting the outcome of the 2027 general election. He's saying nobody can challenge us. They have not spent 1 year. The APC government is already being challenged. All the people who are doing food protests, are they not challenging the government? All the people who are complaining about the economy, are they not challenging the government? So I think some of those assumptions are just strange. But politicians, sometimes you wonder whether they are talking with their feet, or they are talking with their mouth, or they are talking with whatever other part of their anatomy. To the second issue, MKO Abiola. MKO is our man, SDP. In 1993 general election, you recall that Chief MKO Abiola ran a campaign called Hope 93. But as it turned out, that Hope 93 became Hope Deferred because of the annulment of the election of that year that was considered the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's electoral history. And thus, Nigerians lost the opportunity to benefit from the message of hope that Basharu Abiola preached. You know the rest of the story, how, there was military repression, Nigeria was ostracized because at that time democracy was on trial.
Absolutely.
And Chief Abiola ended up as a matter of democracy. Now we are talking about renewed hope.
Yeah.
Well, we will not know whether the present people will be able to renew the hope of Hope 93, because we didn't even get the opportunity to have an Abiola presidency. Because those that Honorable Paul Ohonbamu, who was our guest earlier on, referred to as democracy assassins, assassinated the hope of Nigerians in 1993. The points made by Chief Abiola, of course, are still relevant. He was talking about opaqueness in NNPC and how he will ensure transparency.
Yeah.
The same, we were discussing capital importation this morning. The same oil and gas sector is not doing well with regard to capital importation. People are not investing in the oil and gas sector. Instead, they are reviewing their investment, moving from onshore to offshore because of problems within that sector. He talked about listening to IMF and outsiders who have this one-size-fits-all pattern. And he says it's Nigerians that can develop Nigeria. I think Chief Abiola was absolutely right.
Absolutely.
But today, we are discussing the same thing.
Yes.
To draw your attention to what Professor Wole Soyinka calls the Mobius strip, which he defines as a repetitive cycle of stupidity. The same problems we were dealing with over 30 years ago, we're dealing with the same problems today. Abiola was talking about not just rely on IMF prescriptions and foreigners, parachute economists, as they are otherwise called.
Yes.
But that we should look inwards and do our thing ourselves. In 2024, CBN Governor Cardoso is telling us IMF has seen it. Fitch rating has seen it.
He has seen the light. There's hope.
All these outsiders that MKO was talking about.
Yes.
They say they see things in 2024. Nigerians are saying they can't see it.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know whether Nigerians are being described as blind people.
No, they are not.
That they can't see what IMF is saying. But they can see that the cost of grocery has gone up.
Absolutely.
As Rufai and Rufai were comparing notes.
Oh, really?
This
Okay.
go and buy grocery in top shops.
Nigeria has to fix up. We have to fix it. We are not blind, absolutely. I want to pull up a picture of the day, and I'd like for you to even just try to, analyze this picture. It shows, if we can pull it up, it shows, Nigerians, hungry children surrounding this beautiful Mercy. Is that a Maybach? Obviously, that's one of the, what do you call it? One of those...
why is the president not driving Innocent?
Exactly.
Why is the president of Nigeria driving
this AI generated?
It's not, this is a...
This looks like an AI generated.
But it's the picture of the day. It was trending and it is depicting Nigeria's economic hardship as this nation.
Or other Nigerian manufacturers.
Which is
the president of Nigeria driving German car.
Yes, well, let's talk about that.
That picture.
If we can pull up that picture.
Evoke something deep.
Yes.
In all of us, because even if it's AI generated, it is a representation of our reality.
Absolutely.
And we had something similar actually happen when the president was in Lagos State and there were people around shouting Ebim Power. In fact, that hashtag is trending since that time. The people are suffering. People are dying of hunger. People, young, old, not just children. Yet we see the elite. And that's why I said last week that even though they say that, Nigeria is not poor, Nigeria is poor, it's difficult to argue that because we see the elite living as if nothing is happening.
Yes.
Look at their parts, their weddings, their events, the cost of governance. And it belies the fact that there are people who cannot go to bed with food in their stomach. It is very sad and we need to address that.
Absolutely.